The following is a presentation of SC State Athletics.
You are watching the Buddy Pough Show, featuring highlights of the South Carolina State Bulldogs. Our sponsors are Prisma Health, the South Carolina Education Lottery, the County of Orangeburg, working hard for you. Farm Bureau Insurance. Get a quote at farmbureaupromise.com. Founders Federal Credit Union. Relax with Founders. And by the Department of Health and Environmental Control. Healthy people living in healthy communities. And now, here's our host, the voice of the South Carolina State Bulldogs, Ernest Robinson.
The South Carolina State Bulldogs opened the 2021 season on the road in Huntsville, Alabama, to take on the number one ranked Alabama A&M Bulldogs at Louis Cruz Stadium. The Bulldogs, ironically, played the same Alabama A&M team back in the spring, and Alabama A&M humbled South Carolina State 31-7. And Buddy Pough will tell you, this Alabama A&M team is more than capable. Alabama A&M comes in ranks number one in the country among HBCU teams. Talk about their quarterback, Akil Glass, who's on everybody's All-American team, preseason SWAC Player of the Year. He's a big, heavy load at quarterback.
Hot guy, man. He threw the ball all over the place this spring. Threw for about 300 yards a game, and they got a running back that runs for about 75, 80, somewhere in their range. He spreads the ball around to a lot of folk. He's got 4 or 5 guys, that are catching, maybe 70, 80 yards a game, that kind of stuff. So he's got a lot of different kinds of ways to hurt you. So we got our work cut out for us today with Akil Glass, their quarterback.
All right, South Carolina State. Corey Fields didn't play well. We didn't play well offensively against Alabama A&M. What do you hope to see today from your offensive team?
Well, we're going to try to help him some. We're going to first try to run the football better than we did last time. We couldn't run the ball at all. Our offensive line struggled some against them the last time, so hopefully we'll be better there. And then we need to mix it up. We need to get a little bit better screen package, try to see if we can shut down some of that doggone hard upfield pass rush, that kind of stuff that they have when they blitz us and that kind of stuff. So if we can do a better job of helping them, from the coach's angle, along with the fact that, that we run the ball better, then I think that'll give us a chance to even things up some.
Coach, on the defensive side, you can't afford to allow him to stand back there in the pocket and pick us apart. What do you hope to do defensively against this explosive offense?
I told our football team that the only way that we can stop this guy is to keep him on the sideline. Our offense has got to play better. Now, defensively, we played good enough last time. They didn't score until 2 minutes something to go in the first half. So at that point, I thought we played really well. Now, he turned the football over some, but, we had, a good game against them up to that point. Now, if we had played better offensively, gotten maybe a little bit of a lead on them, then I think it would have been a totally different football game. That's what we need. We need to start fast on offense, hold the football away from them some. If we can do that, then I feel that we can win this football game.
Repetitively now, you just sort of answered the next question as to what do you think you're going to need to win the football game, but other than that, what do you think you're going to need to win the football game?
Yeah, we got to play better on offense. We got to run the football. I think we got to mix it up in a way where they will have, a hard time deciding, what they can and can't stop.
All right, Coach, best of luck this afternoon.
Thank you very much, Ernest.
Roberts approaches, and the 2021 season is underway. It's a short kick. It's going to be fielded by both guys. They can't decide now. Young picks it up at the 12. Young hit at the 22-yard line. Going to be driven back, and actually the Pough moves forward. Fields at quarterback. 2 Bulldogs are to the right, 1 to the left. Football on the near side. Alabama A&M showing blitz up the middle. Now they back off. They give it to Flowers again. Flowers at the 10, cuts back at the 5. Flowers at the 5, into the end zone. Touchdown from 14 yards out. So with 11:14 remaining here in the first quarter, our score: South Carolina State 7, Alabama A&M nothing. Now they snap it. Back to pass. Thought about the draw. Glass steps up, goes long. Got a man out there. A lot of penalty flags go down, and they throw the flag down as the receiver, I think, went out of bounds. Anderson throws a slant, touchdown. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers right, 1 left. Glass rolling to his right now. Throws out in the flats. Got a man out there trying to get to the end zone and into the end zone for the score. It's Alabama A&M 14, South Carolina State 7. Fields from the shotgun. 3 Bulldogs are to his left. They give it to James again. James on the backside across. Gets across at the 50, at the 45, at the 40. One man to beat at the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10. Down to the 8-yard line. Stumbles down at the 6. Our score: Alabama A&M 14, South Carolina State 7. Football at the 43 of South Carolina State. Shotgun formation. 2 left, 1 right. Back to pass. Fields looking long. Got Shaq out there. Got separation. Makes the catch. Shaq Davis down to the 10-yard line of Alabama A&M. Talk about a quill glass. What about Corey Fields to Shaq Davis? 6:44 to go. 4th down and goal. They pitch it out to Kendrell Flowers. He gets a block. Flowers into the end zone. Touchdown on 4th down. South Carolina State. Kendrell Flowers. What a beautiful play call and beautiful execution. Is Dyson Roberts. Roberts' toe is in it. It is up and it is good. So with 6:35 remaining, South Carolina State has retaken the lead. Back to pass Glass. Glass steps up, throws, and I got a man out there caught. At about the 47, that's a pickup, and football comes loose. South Carolina State has the football. Shotgun formation for Corey Fields. Back to pass, looking left, throwing long. Got a man out there, caught. South Carolina State, touchdown. Corey Fields from 46 yards out. At the end of the first half of play, our score, South Carolina State 24, Alabama A&M 21. We'll have more of the Buddy Pough Show after this timeout.
Your home is where your memories live, where you laugh, and where you love. We understand the importance of the valuables under your roof, tangible and intangible alike. So no matter what's around the corner, we'll be there, offering you and your family the support that's made Farm Bureau Insurance a trusted name for nearly 70 years. You deserve more. You deserve a promise.
People have the power to make a lasting impact through acts of kindness, compassion, and strength. They inspire us to innovate and educate, to do more than we ever thought possible, to help you be your healthiest you. Prisma Health, inspired by you.
In our state, team rivalries run deep.
Sometimes our fans might not always agree.
But South Carolina.
South Carolina.
South Carolina.
It's time to come together off the field.
Together, we can beat COVID-19.
Vaccines are safe and effective.
And they're our best shot at victory.
Don't wait until it's too late.
Learn how to protect yourself and your family.
At scdhec.gov/vaxfacts.
Keel Glass was just lights out for them. Corey Fields had perhaps one of his better games, almost like the Howard game at one point, but they were just a little too much to come up with a 1-point win.
They were. I can tell you that I'm proud of the fact that offensively we at least showed up. This same team back in the spring beat us 30-something to 7, and we didn't actually make the 7 points until real late in the game. So, you know, it was a totally different sensation with this offensive effort as the last game. So I think we are building. We just got to get a little bit farther along, you know, on both sides of the ball now, because they really exposed some of our issues on defense.
Kendrell Flowers had a really good game running the football. Alex James had some moments as well. So there's some things there that perhaps you know you can improve on.
Oh, I'm telling you, both those backs, both Alex James and Kendrell Flowers, both those guys are good football players. You know, we've got all the pieces in place. But now we got them banged up a little bit tonight. You know, Shaq Davis was a man amongst boys, but he didn't get a chance to play quite as much as we need him to. And then, you know, we got to figure out how to get the ball to Will Vereen a little bit more. But the skill portion of our offense in general is pretty solid. And then what we got in the offensive line is coming along, as you saw them today. Start to have some success tonight also.
Let's go back to the first half. You struggled a little bit offensively, got a turnover to get on the board early. You withstood a Quill Glass in the first half, coach, and then Corey Fields came back with an incredible play heading into the break to Shaq Davis.
That was a wild kind of back and forth there for, a minute or two at the end of the first half. We were trying to drive, turn the ball over to them. They get the football. They trying to drive, turn the football back over to us. We get it back and throw a touchdown ball. It was one of those, what the heck happened there kind of deal. So, it was fun watching. It was really in the stands. I'm sure got to be a fun game to watch, but at the same time, it was chaos on the sideline.
Well, speaking of chaos, of course, you end up the first half leading 24-21. Let's go back to the decision you made at the beginning of the football game to give them the football.
Yeah, well, that's kind of our deal. We feel like South Carolina State is a defensive style kind of football program. So we always want to put those guys out there first. I call the toss. I tell them before we go out there. Not only do I tell the captains what to do, but I tell them what to call. So we call tails pretty much, unless I get a little feeling that we're going to play. It's going to be heads today, but we call tails most of the time. We get the daggum toss. We kick off to them. We want to keep them down in the end zone. We want to keep them down there. And then we want to stop them and get a short field and score and do it again. That kind of, if we can do that 2 or 3 times, then we can have you down 21-0 before you get off the bus.
Well, it was 24-21 South Carolina State at the end of the first half after leading, then trailing, then taking the lead. We'll take a timeout here on the Buddy Pough Show, and we'll have more after these messages here on the Buddy Pough Show.
At Founders Federal Credit Union, we know success is a team effort. We're always cheering for you, side by side, so you can dream big and achieve your goals. Offering products and services that put you in the lead, whether that's helping you buy a car, build your savings, or supporting your community. We're here with the financial support you need. That's teamwork. Score big with Founders Federal Credit Union. Relax with Founders.
Since 2002, the lottery has helped award more than 1 million scholarships. So when you play, you're not just taking a chance. You're also giving one.
Alabama A&M kicking off from our right to our left. Bulldogs returning left to right. End over end kicks. Rakeem White fields it at the 7. He's at the 10, up the right side at the 15, at the 20, at the 25, at the 30, at 35-40. Cuts back at the 45, at the 50. One man to beat at the 45-40, 35-30, 25-20, 15, 10, down to the 8-yard line. Rakeem White, no penalties, down from the 8-yard line. Shotgun formation. Corey Fields. Shotgun snap, they give it to Kendrell Flowers. Up the middle, touchdown! 8 yards, one play. 19 seconds into the third quarter. It's 31 for South Carolina State, 21 for Alabama A&M. Pistol formation, play action fake. Quarles throws it out, got a man out in the flat. It is touchdown, or did he get in? Yes, touchdown, Alabama A&M. So with 5:36 to go in the third quarter, 31-28. Well, it's Richard Bailey back deep. It's a short pooch punt. This is a kickoff. This is a live football, and South Carolina State did not get it. It's a short kickoff. Bulldogs did not get it, and Alabama A&M has got the football, Bill, at the 38-yard line of South Carolina State. Glass. Play action fake, throws a slant, has a man, Brian Jenkins Jr. at the 20, at the 15. Jenkins at the 10, trying to get to the end zone. What a man! Made a spin move and into the end zone for the score. So just like that, 2 consecutive touchdown drives led by Quill Glass. It's 35 for Alabama A&M, 31 for South Carolina State. We've still got 3:53 to go in the third quarter. Flowers in the backfield with Corey Fields. We need Flowers to break one. Alex James goes in motion. They run the option. Fields cuts back up the middle. Fields get the first down and more. At the 40, at the 35-30, 25-20, 15, 10, 5. Corey Fields, touchdown, South Carolina State. South Carolina State 38, Alabama A&M 35. Quill Glass back to pass. Glass looking. Glass throws it out there. It is high. It is caught and tackled down at about the 45-yard. And this is going to be a targeting penalty. First and goal, Alabama A&M. Quill Glass. Glass spins, gets into the end zone for the score. Our score, Alabama A&M 42, South Carolina State 41. Corey Fields, here we go, 4th and 15. Fields back to pass. Fields looking. Fields Got to let it go. Throws it out there. It is intercepted. Alabama A&M. Alabama A&M on the return. That is number 18 for Alabama A&M. Takes a knee, and that's going to do it from Huntsville, Alabama, Lewis Cruz Stadium. Wow. And the number one team remains number one as Alabama A&M defeats South Carolina State 42-41.
We'll have more of the Buddy Pough Show after this timeout.
Your home is where your memories live, where you laugh and where you love. We understand the importance of the valuables under your roof, tangible and intangible alike. So no matter what's around the corner, we'll be there, offering you and your family the support that's made Farm Bureau Insurance a trusted name for nearly 70 years. You deserve more. You deserve a promise.
People have the power to make a lasting impact through acts of kindness, compassion, and strength. They inspire us to innovate and educate, to do more than we ever thought possible, to help you be your healthiest you. Prisma Health, inspired by you.
In our state, team rivalries run deep.
Sometimes our fans might not always agree.
But South Carolina.
South Carolina.
South Carolina.
It's time to come together off the field.
Together, we can beat COVID-19.
Vaccines are safe and effective.
And they're our best shot at victory.
Don't wait until it's too late.
Learn how to protect yourself and your family.
At scdhec.gov/vaxfacts.
Coach, we opened up the second half. I made the comment to Bill Hamilton that we got out on the field before Alabama A&M did. And as Coach Jeffrey says, I thought they were coming out picking up acorns in the second half. And it looked like that on the opening kickoff, as you had one of the best kickoff returns we've ever had to start the second half.
Yeah, but you know, it was one of those deja vu moments at a point when we get the football out in the field and get in the end zone. Rakim White had a great kickoff. And if you remember in the spring, he had a long kickoff return that was called back against Delaware State. So we feel like he's got it. He's one of those kind of guys that can hit you for a home run anytime when you kick it off. So, he runs that thing down there. And then the trainers come and take him off the field, say he got a concussion. I said, when the heck you get a concussion? They said, in the first half. I said, well, why we let him run down? So then from that point, then we going about the task of trying to find somebody to replace him. We ain't got another one like that, I guarantee you. There ain't 5 guys in the country got 2 of those. So, we at the point then where we trying to figure out exactly where, we go from there. But we get another big player too. But that hurt us big time because he was the next outside guy at the X receiver at the split end position. And Shaq had gotten banged up a little bit. Shaq came into the game, didn't practice much last week because he'd had a little bit of a gimpy hamstring. And I'm just concerned now that thing might go on and on. It might be chronic for the rest of the season that way. But I can tell you that, that we got to figure out how to get at least a couple of those guys back healthy.
Coach, there was a point in the second half where we had taken the lead, went up by 10 at one point, 31-21. Yeah. And then there was a situation where we had the mistake on the kickoff the mistake on the kickoff came back after we gave up a quick touchdown.
Exactly.
They got 14 unanswered really
quick. First of all, they get the football down the field on we got a couple long third down situations that they converted. Right. And, I just didn't feel like, we were on cue with some of the kinds of things that they did to us on the little play action pass game. They hit the tight end a couple times. They hit the ball down the hump a couple times, and some of our 2 deep coverages. So they kept getting plays to keep the ball away from us. And then after they get the daggum score, then they come back and sky kick it to us, and I feel like I'm responsible. because I told our guys, I showed them where they did the exact same thing last spring that they, kicked the sky kick and, we didn't recover it. And our guys obviously, didn't quite get it. Our tight end stands there. He goes to, the block. He said, hey, you got it. Other guys say, hey, you got it.
Right.
It was ugly. So maybe we can, have enough of a remembrance of what the heck that's about next time that we won't have that issue again.
Got late into the football game, Coach, and Corey Fields tried to rally this ball club back and got us with an opportunity. We get the football back, you get an opportunity to score down, and you finally get the ball to Wolverine.
Yeah, we did. We got him in on the little wheel route, which, at that point, we didn't necessarily make, enough plays after that to get the ball on the field, but we threw a ball out on the field. He's out of bounds. I couldn't see from where I was. It was the opposite side. He was well out of bounds.
He was out of bounds.
Yeah, and then, in a case where the 40-second clock is a deal, it doesn't stop. They don't start the clock when you start coming back if you wait downfield. Right. So we ended up getting in a huff trying to get, it was a mother load of different kinds of what the heck could go wrong now kind of situations. And the next thing we knew, we were running out of time, didn't have bodies. We were short on bodies. It was just ugly at the very end in a 2-minute drill. I thought we were in the same shape as we were at Alabama State, right? Because we got the ball out on the field that way on them and had about the same amount of time. Didn't need timeouts. Didn't have any timeouts because I used all our timeouts trying to get the daggone football back. Right. And I was real proud of our defense because it was 2nd and 2 when we stopped them and then and actually made them actually have to punt the ball. I kind of knew that they might quick kick some because I'd seen them quick kick before. But we got the football back, which at that point was all we could ask for, with 2 minutes and some change left. Right. So we had every opportunity at the end. And then there was an opportunity early, I don't know if you remember this, where the backup running back came in, Jemison, fumbles the football in the secondary. We just can't get on top of that one. Yeah, that would have given us more time. Right. But even at that, just 2 minutes, we need a field goal. Right, exactly. So we just need to get it down the court. And we almost in positive territory. Right. We get a daggone movement penalty. Them guys doing that little shift deal. And our offensive line, it's still young. Got a little bit gimpy and jumped around a little bit. Played well most of the game, but those penalties really killed us down the stretch. Please, yes. So, Alabama A&M pulls out a 42-41 win over South Carolina State on the road at Lewis Crew Stadium. We're going to take a final timeout and come back and tell you what's up next for the South Carolina State Bulldogs on this edition of the Buddy Pough Show. All right, Coach, Clemson this week. The Tigers had a rough week as well. Anytime you go up to Clemson, and especially I think this is our first trip going up to Clemson at night, it's a tough place to go and play. Well, it's better to be going at night than to go in the hot middle of the day. I'm telling you, it was hot the last time we played them. So I'm happy the fact that, we're playing a little bit later than that. I think it's a 5 o'clock start, a 6 o'clock start. 5 o'clock start. So, we'll get in there. It's probably still going to be hot as all get out by that time of day. And they got 100 guys dressed. We'll take 65, 70 guys in there. But let me tell you something. It's an opportunity for us to go and show that we belong. And, we want to try to get in there and see if we can just hang out for a little bit. If we can keep it closed for about a quarter or two, then let me tell you something. It'll get quiet as a church mouse, walking around in there. So hopefully we can make that happen. When you start talking about doing something like that, Coach, against a team like Clemson and controlling the offense, you got to come up with some offense, some consistent offense. Yeah, we got to come up with some consistent defense, too. We got to figure out some of that kind of stuff that we had some issues with Saturday. If this guy here gave us that Ungale, whatever that guy's name is up there, ukulele, okay, whatever it is, he's going to be a big throw to our side this coming Saturday. But you know what? We look forward to the challenge. It's fun for our fans to go and see us play in that environment. Players, will have pictures of that for the rest of their life. So, and I will too. So I'm looking forward to it. I remember the last time we went up there, you had a kid by the name of Darius Leonard who took advantage of the situation. Yeah. Had the game of his life. It was a tough loss for South Carolina State, but he earned some respect that day and is still paying dividends. Yeah, well, Darius has shown that he belonged at that level for sure. And, I'm sure that there's some more on our team right now that if they got the opportunity, they switch sides in a heartbeat. So, I'm going to see if we can tip in there and see if we can get after them a little bit, see if we can get on out of there and try to see if we can survive the rest of the year. All right, folks, that's going to do it for this edition of the Buddy Pough Show. We hope to see you next week up in Tiger Town when the Bulldogs take on the Clemson Tigers. And, of course, right here next week on Valley Sports on the Buddy Pough Show.
Thank you for watching the Buddy Pough Show, featuring highlights of the South Carolina State Bulldogs. The show has been brought to you by Prisma Health, the South Carolina Education Lottery, the County of Orangeburg, Farm Bureau Insurance, Founders Federal Credit Union, and by the Department of Health and Environmental Control. Join us next week for highlights of South Carolina State football on the Buddy Pough Show.